Yo, yes, we are back. As promised, transfer stream. Thought we'd just have a conversation about a bit of transfers and that. We've seen before article about obviously Saka, Leao, that kind of situation going on at City. So thought it'd be worth another conversation.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, City are likely to be in the market this summer for a winger. And we'll find out in due course who that's going to be. But a couple of names being rumoured from Dean Jones today, who's a transfer reporter. So we're going to get onto that in just a few minutes, go through the two players, and then we can obviously discuss other players as well as we kind of do. But before we do, make sure you drop a like on the stream if you've not done so already. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. Big up to the Ferg FIFA with a 3. Says, can I get a Wegs Bray?
Ah, yes. So the big Wegs Bray.
Anytime, Bray, anytime. But yeah, of course, obviously, you all know the driller. Right now, City have Riyad Mahrez, right wing, but he's 31, 32. You got Grealish, you got Foden, you got Palmer, who is up for debate about whether he's going to make it or not. You got Bernardo, who's likely to leave, who can play on the wing as well. So we are in need of a winger. We needed a winger in the summer. We didn't get one. And today we've been linked with Bukayo Saka, who is out of contract in a year's time, and Rafael Leao, who is out of contract in a year's time. So very, very interesting that we're being linked with some wingers. Our City starting to ask some questions around Europe, and is that why we're getting some of these leagues? This is sort of the time that you'd go for it. I mean, if you remember the Haaland thing, this was the time that the sort of Haaland stuff really started kicking off. Clearly, teams don't leave it till June to do the transfer business. So I reckon City might be starting to ask questions around Europe, and maybe you're starting to see some rumours come out.
Yeah, I think I think it's an easy bet. It is an easy bet. City and wingers, it's an easy one to look at because it's no real. It's no secret that we are. You can clearly see that we are looking to bring in another winger, especially after losing Gabby Jesus and Raheem Sterling, and we didn't really replace them. I think you'll start to see more of this kind of stuff. I think that the hype will be always on the Jude Bellingham thing. I think that's where most of that's what you'll see more of, and I think that's because we know what we want with Jude Bellingham. We know we want that. However, we see different kind of options for the winger. We don't like the whole midfielder thing. It just seems to be just Jude Bellingham until it's not Jude Bellingham. Do you know what I mean? Whereas the winger situation there's different. Do you know what I mean? Like Saka, Leao. There's different options out there that City are clearly looking at. So I don't know if City have a preference or what. I think personally, the more realistic option is Leao. I don't see Saka happening at all. But it's a name to be thrown in there at this moment in time.
And you know what? Whilst I agree with what you just said, City probably are making inquiries, as I'm sure Liverpool are, as I'm sure Chelsea are, United. Do you know what I mean? Because it'd be stupid not to. The guy's running out of contract. Now, we've already said this in previous streams, but we both think that Saka will end up signing a new deal at Arsenal. But clearly, until he signs that new contract, his future will be up for debate. Rafael Leao, same sort of thing. He's beefing people on Twitter now, Rafael Leao, about what he wants, what he's been demanded. You know what I mean? So shit's been popping off there. And it's very, very interesting times regarding the wingers because we do need to sign a winger. Lionel Messi, yes, with a super chat with a 9 says Goldbridge just said he thinks United will destroy us because they beat Charlton 3-0 at Old Toilet.
Old Toilet, that's funny that. To be fair, there's a lot of United fans that are confident going into the weekend. They are obviously in good form at the moment. But it's going to be interesting to see how they set up and the kind of level because when we played them last time, we battered them. So it'd be interesting to see if it's something similar or if they're like more up there now. Obviously, they've had a bit of a turnaround since we last played them. So it's going to be interesting that game.
Lewis, yes, with a member for 9 says exciting times ahead with the games in the Prem, Carabao, FA Cup, transfers on my birthday, the weekend of the Arsenal game in the FA Cup. Yes, lad.
Yes.
Big couple of months coming up for you, Bray, with your birthday and the City game. But yeah, I mean, looking at the transfers and obviously the winger situation, you know, I don't see Saka at all. I just don't see it happening. But Leao is one that I can see happening. You know, we've already seen that City are interested in Leao. You know, we've already seen sources come out and say City are interested in Leao. Yes, we know that AC Milan want to keep him, but they've wanted to keep him for ages. You know, now he's running out of contract. If we get it to summer, he's got 1 year left on the deal. I think we could get him on a pretty decent price.
The thing with Leao is the contract's on the table but he's not signing it. I think there's a bit of he's waiting to see what his options are in summer.
Well, did you see him beef on Twitter?
I didn't see him beef. No. What was he saying?
So I'll tell you what he said, bro. He was not a happy guy, mate. He's not a happy guy. So an account called Fania tweeted, Milan, here are the father's requests for the renewal of Rafael Leao, right? So then if you go on the website, right, and then for some reason it's not coming up with a Google Translate. Anyway, if you go on the website, it goes through and says like all the demands that apparently the father is making to sign at Milan. He's then said, fake news. Now, this is interesting because if his father, if he wants to stay at AC Milan, clearly it's a money thing, right? Now, this article is talking about money. Now, he's come out and said fake news. But if it was fake news, then why have you not already signed a contract? Because we know they've offered you a contract.
Yeah.
I feel like he's kind of fucked himself. I feel like he's playing himself a little bit. Unless he's just
I think he's just holding out, innit? Just waiting. And I think he knows the offer that he's got from AC Milan. I think he knows that. He's got that on the table, and he's like, yeah, okay then, that's my situation there. I have this available. And I think he's going, right, let's see what else comes in over the next couple of months. He doesn't have to decide right now, do you know what I mean? He doesn't have, because it doesn't benefit him unless he just does genuinely want to stay at AC Milan, but he may as well just hold out and see what's going on. Because he might be sat there thinking, oh, there's going to be more opportunities for me elsewhere in Europe. So I know I've got the contract here off AC Milan, so that I'm safe with that. He knows that it's there and it's in the background, but he'll wait and see what offers he gets from, like, say, City or anyone else who's going to go in for him.
Yeah, I suppose it's possible. This is what the actual website said about him. He said, according to what we've gathered from our indiscretions, the evolution of Leao's renewal is anything but simple. The footballer's father allegedly has asked for 10 million euros a year and, alongside that, also a high commission. A negotiation that at these figures is not easy at all. Milan in recent years have often refused the mega requests of its clients and now will be understood as to whether or not the club wants to change this trend. If Benassa seems ever closer to renewal, for Leao, it's not the same. And in the meantime, requests are pouring in from abroad. In France, PSG's dreams of a footballer for the future, while in the Premier League, the ambitious Chelsea and the two teams from Manchester are evaluating the future of the footballer, and an auction could be looming for this summer. The Rossoneri, after Kessie sold on a free transfer in the summer, could lose another key player in the last Scudetto. In the coming weeks, there could be further news of arriving, and Milan fans are waiting to know the future of their favourite player.
I think it's a big deal from their side of things. Like, you can see why they're trying to tie him down. You can see that, but we just need to see if we can convince him. I've seen Dennis say Mbappe for left wing. We're not going to sign Mbappe. No chance we sign Mbappe.
I guess you could be right then. I guess it could just be like waiting. You know what I mean? I guess it could just be waiting.
I think he's just holding off me. I think he's just like on a chiller. That's what I'd do anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's the point in full? Unless you are happy where you're at, like fully 100% happy. But if he has offers, his head. The good thing to look at it is he's left the door ajar. Do you know what I mean? Like he's left it open because he's just not signing that contract. So it's clear that he can be convinced to go somewhere else. I guess it's just if the offer's right.
Yeah. No, for sure. Dave Rocky with a super chat. Yes, coming in with a 10. Says, tough to win the Carabao Cup this season. If we win tomorrow, I'd prefer to face United in the semis. We'll be bricking it if it's a final with United. Wembley versus United. Give me Yaya Toure, 2011 was at the game.
Yeah.
I'd actually rather play Newcastle in the semi-final, bro, because I think
I don't want to play Newcastle in the final.
no, I think playing United I think we beat United over one leg. I think we beat them over two legs, but Newcastle, I think over one game, I think that'd be really tough. Professional unit with a 5 says Trashchester Finnish United will be battered by us soon, with or without Cristiano Ronaldo. Their current good form proves nothing. We got to look at who they played. I'm not going to tell you who they played, but if you really, actually seriously,
if you want to deep it,
you go and have a look at the fixtures.
But at the same time, you can't play what's in front of you. And
true, but this happened last time.
They have built up form. Yeah, and that's why it's going to be interesting to see where they're at, because like Goldbridge, like Saeed, United fans are getting excited and getting a bit confident going to the weekend because of the form. But at the same time, we will find out where the quality is in this one compared to the last one.
Yeah. No, for sure. Benno with the 179 says, got the new kit today. Couldn't buy it now fast enough. Yes, bro.
Yeah, that new kit is so nice. It's sold out rapid, didn't it?
I know. I can't believe it's sold out already.
Honestly, that kit is incredible. It does tie up with we have a game on the 22nd, that's Chinese New Year. It does tie up with that. So it'd be interesting to see if we do. We play Wolves on that day, so it'd be interesting to see if we actually play with that kit. I want it, me. Obviously, I missed out instantly, but I want that kit. It's a mint kit.
It is nice. It is nice for sure. Con Robbo says, check your Twitter, lads. Video making me cry for Leao. Okay, which one, Bray?
Yeah.
Oh, got it here.
Is it on ours?
Yeah, it's on. I'll watch it in a bit, bro. Lionel Messi is the greatest player of all time. Says United 0, City 5 incoming. Phil Foden with another hat trick. Well, I'm confident, man. I'm confident. At the end of the day, United, they're at Old Trafford. They'll have to come at us. That should leave us space. And we've got better players in them. You know what I mean? We should beat them. I ain't that worried. You know what I mean? I ain't that worried.
I am. It stinks. 12:30 on a Saturday, bro. 12:30 on a Saturday, and it's Derby Day, but everything.
It's also 12:30.
Everything stinks, bro. Yeah, but it's still everything about it stinks. Absolutely everything about that game stinks. I'm confident. I'm confident, but I'd be lying if I said I weren't worried.
3 dubs in a row for City.
Yeah,
looking healthy, man.
It is. It is looking good for us on that front, but. Do you know what I mean? We beat Chelsea twice. It'll be interesting to see how we play tomorrow against Southampton. But I want us to have the best form going into that. I know people say, "Oh, it's Derby Day, form out the window," kind of thing. But I just want us to be like clean going into that United game. That'll ease my worries. That's what I need. That's what I need right now. I need a fix of easing worries.
Do you know what I'm checking? Yeah, and I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here, but it's pretty mad. I'm looking at the City versus United record. City have never beaten United 5 times in a row. So we've only ever done it 4 times, which was between 2013 and 2014. So if City was to win on Saturday, they'd have the opportunity to set a new record for the football club. Since 1891, a record that goes back since 1891. Man City have never done 5 wins over United in a row. They have a chance to do it if they obviously, if they win this game on Saturday, they'd have a chance to break that record.
That's pretty mad.
Pretty mad, isn't it? Yeah, you think about the history there. I think that's fucking mad.
That is pretty mad.
Dave, don't worry, bro. No 5-0 predictions for the derby. Don't worry about it, bro.
None of this. 5-0. It's banned, Dave, mate. It's banned. It's not allowed back in here. We can't be having that. Be having that.
That won't be there. That won't be there. But yeah, Rafael Leao is an interesting one. We need to watch him, innit? We need to watch him.
We do. We need to watch long of him, don't we? We need a scout.
Milan. I'm pretty sure I was checking it. AC Milan fixtures. I'm pretty sure they play Inter Milan. They do. It is next Wednesday, 18th. Is City playing that day? Please don't tell me City playing that day. City playing that day?
No, we play the 19th against Spurs.
Boom! Do you fancy it then, Bray?
I do fancy it, like.
It's a final as well. It's the Supercoppa Italiana. I think it's like their Carabao Cup.
There we go then.
We should get on that and just hope that Leao actually plays.
Yeah. if the stream randomly disappears and gets cancelled, it's because Leao's not playing.
I know. But then they play again. They play each other again in the league on the 5th of February. Plus, they also play Tottenham, don't they, in the Champions League?
Yeah. Is that one that we can actually watch? Because I think it clashes with another game that we said that we wanted to watch.
Yeah, no, we can watch that one. We play on the 22nd.
Nah, but it's PSG Bayern on the same day.
Oh, is it? Really?
that's the issue. That's the issue. Like Milan Tottenham or PSG Bayern, you're just gonna go with PSG Bayern.
Yeah, that is very, very true. I'm actually proper looking forward to this Champions League, man.
I'm well excited. The fixtures are sick.
They are mega, and we're gonna be able to watch pure of them as well on the streams, man. Doing the watch-alongs. It's what them Champions League watch-alongs are sick. You know, you're just sitting there chilling, watching like teams absolutely sweaty. Do you remember the Bayern versus Villarreal one? Where Bayern
oh my god, yeah.
Done a madness. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Yo, professional with a 5 says that delusional 5-0 LB seems to finally have disappeared because I don't back the team as much as I've been doing, bro.
He went out with he left with Ronaldo, mate. Yeah. he left with him. He's at Al Nassr, mate.
The Everton one killed me off, man. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. That was a grim one. That.
It doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, any other wingers though? Any other wingers? I mean, I know we've had these sort of conversations before, but any other sort of wingers that people are interested in, just for a random chat in it?
Have you seen about Arsenal and Mudryk at 100 million or something?
100 million euros.
100 million.
Yeah,
that's heavy. That
is heavy, but they've got to do it. They've got to do it.
But basically, now that they're up here and they're competing this season, they need to keep it up, innit? Keep up with the best.
I discussed this actually when I was on Big Six last week. We had this conversation and I said it's shit, but you have to do it because Arsenal, they're in a mad situation right now. Like they're leading the Premier League pack, right? If they don't, if they go, oh, you know what, we only think he's worth 60 mil, not 80 mil, right? Because obviously the 100 mil euros, right? And don't sign him, and then they lose the league by a point. People will be looking at it going, if you would have spent an extra 20 million, you could have won the league. So Arsenal in this weird situation where it's quite funny because we always get, City always get merged for buying the league, but they need to now buy the league. Like they're in a great position to go and win it. They need to go into the transfer market and buy players so they can kick on. Because, like I say, what's the point otherwise? What is the point? Because in my opinion, I don't think they're going to have I don't think they're going to have this good a season next year. You know what I mean? Liverpool are going to improve. Chelsea will improve. Man United will improve. City will improve. They're not going to have this good of a season
unless they improve as well, which is what you're getting onto.
Well, improve on what? They've drawn 2 and lost 1 in 17 matches. It's highly unlikely that they're going to better that. You know what I'm saying? So this is their best opportunity. I'm not saying they can't win the league next year. I'm just saying like they're just doing so well this year that go into the transfer market and just go boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? They need another DM. Because if Partey gets injured, they're fucked. El Nenny's not good enough. Lokonga's not good enough. And you don't want Saka to be playing in the defensive position. You want him keep him away from that area. So if Partey gets injured, they're on their ass. Obviously, Jesus is out. When's he going to be back? 2 months, something like that. Yeah, the Mudryk's a good player. I like Mudryk. But I think they need more. I think they need a DM.
It'll be interesting to see how they move in it. And it like you say, if it does come back to bite them, if they don't strengthen in other areas. But obviously, like I say, the Mudryk thing, obviously they were linked with Mudryk, then apparently that fell in the bin. Then they were linked with João Felix, but then he's gone to Chelsea, and now they're getting linked with Mudryk again. So it is pretty mad. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with that.
I think the DM's the most important one.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised they're going in the market, but I'm a little bit surprised that their attention so far doesn't appear to be the DM position, because I think that's a real problem. I mean, I watched El Nene against Oxford. I mean, he's all right, but he's not. I wouldn't even say he's a top 4.
Yeah, he ain't that level, innit?
No, he's not even a top 4 player. So if Partey gets injured, and I'm pretty sure if you look at Partey's injury record, it ain't great. Then who covers that? El Nene, Xhaka. Xhaka's been doing really, really well this season, but he's playing a little bit further up the pitch, not defensive. You don't want him in their defensive positions. You want to keep him. He's getting goals, Xhaka, as well. Keep him away from the defensive position. They have to go and get a 6, man. They go and get another DM, and they get Mudryk, then they're a serious problem, man. Like, I'm like, shit, like, you guys are going to have to seriously throw it away now.
Yeah, stepping up. I've seen a lot of people in the chat saying that Mitoma from Brighton is he's a great option for City. I keep seeing this name popping up. Honestly, I don't remember ever actually seeing him play. Do you know what I mean? I don't really watch Brighton that much, so I don't remember seeing him play. I don't remember seeing him against us, but everyone's saying he's a baller, and everyone's saying that is a potential option other than Leao. I'm not sure what his stats are or anything this season, but people just say the guy's sick. He's played 16 games, 4 goals, 2 assists.
The problem is though, what's he contracted until? 2027.
I'll have a look now.
2026. Like
transfer marks have only got him valued at 8 mil.
Yeah, well, that's clearly BS, isn't
it? Contract expires 2025. So that's not too bad.
It's not the worst, but you're not going to get him out of there for less than 50, 55.
Yeah. You have to be paying more than like 50 to 60 mil for to get him out of there. Brighton
and then City will just go, nah, we'd rather go and get Leao.
We'll go get Leao for a similar price, yeah.
I think the Premier League's expensive, man. It's a Waitrose of the shopping world. You know what I mean? You don't go there. You don't go there unless like you're literally balling. You know what I mean? And City are balling, but they're also like, you know what I mean? They're also
trying to be clever, innit?
They're trying to be a little bit clever, man. And you know, you don't shop at Waitrose. You know what I mean? If you're trying to be clever.
Yeah, don't. It's alright having money in it, but you start living beyond your means.
You know when you go Aldi, right? And Aldi and Lidl, yeah. I know I can say this because I know Aldi and Lidl's pretty much everywhere around the world, right? You go Aldi and Lidl, yeah. Obviously, cheaper food, innit? But you can still buy brands. That's what City are trying to do. City are trying to go to like the Aldi and the Lidl, but not get the off-brand. They're trying to get the branded player. From the sick place.
But from the sick place. Yeah, yeah. That is it.
Whereas what Arsenal are doing now, Arsenal need to go to Waitrose and they need
to get the prime, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they need to get the prime Waitrose elite extra special meal, you know what I mean? Because that's what they're shopping for. Because they can't take the risk with the off-brand, because then if it don't work and they don't win the league, everyone's like, why are you shopping off-brand for? Go and get the main driller.
I think like buying in the Prem is like that KSI and Logan Paul drink prime at Wakey Wines. It's basically that, isn't it? Like it might be sick, but you're gonna have to pay bare for it. Like if you want it from Wakey Wines, isn't it? Like £100 for that driller. But that's the situation when you're buying in the Prem. What an analogy. Where's this? I don't know. Oh, wait, Lionel Messi. Yes. Spurs will end Arsenal season just like last season in May. City and Spurs fans handshake. We'll be laughing at Arsenal fans crying again. Not sure how long that's going to last because we've got to play them twice, which is the worst.
And you know that we're shit against Tottenham.
We shit the bed 100% against them. So I'm not looking forward to the Spurs games. So I'm not sure how much would be hand in hand. But same thing. That's massive, that game. The Spurs-Arsenal game. That is massive because at that point, the pressure on Arsenal is mega. That's this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why we got to get that win on Saturday.
We need to beat United. We beat United, and we're 2 points behind, and the pressure's massively on Arsenal then. That's big. Mm-hmm. That is big. And honestly, we need to get these... We need to try and... Well, we need to hope that Arsenal drop points as much as possible before we end up playing them and playing Spurs. Like, we don't want to be... Don't want to be sweating on Spurs in it. Like we need to claw as much points back as possible. Third Thief with a free. So shout out to new up and coming City channel. It's LB.
Cheers, Berg. Appreciate that, Bray.
T-Force Forever 14 with a 4.99 says Leao is, I think, the better player. Fast, explosive. I think Arsenal would be hard to swell, and cost is more than Leao.
Well, I don't know on that, because I think if say City or Liverpool or whoever went for Saka, yeah, and when we won him and Saka goes to Arsenal, I want to go. You know what I mean?
I want to leave, yeah. And
then they go, well, you're not going. He goes, no problem, but just let you know, I am leaving next summer on a free.
It becomes an awkward situation. Like we didn't want to lose Sane for what, 50 or 60 mil. We like as City fans, we wanted more than that for Sane, but we you're in an awkward position because
2 blinks first, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like you're pretty much in the bin. If they want to go, they've only got a year left. It's like, what do you do? Like, it is a difficult one with Saka if he did decide to go. Like I say, I don't think he will though.
I prefer Leao for our team based on what we currently have and what we need. That could change depending on players leaving. So if Mahrez left, I'd be more open to having a left footer on the right hand side, because then you've only got Cole Palmer and Foden. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas if Mahrez stays this summer, Cole Palmer stays, you still got Foden who can play right wing. Then I'm pretty much only wanting a right-footed winger for the right wing, because I don't want another inverted.
You don't want another cutback season. Mank Sam, 7 months. Yes, Mank Sam. Unpopular opinion, but I think Brennan Johnson or Dan James would cook for us. Speedsters. Not feeling the Dan James thing. Not sure how that'd go down.
You know what? Sam's just thirsty for some pace, man.
Yeah, he wants. Man's playing FIFA mode, isn't he? He got the pace.
Seen too much Grealish, Mahrez driller, bro.
He's done with it. He's one of the people, bro, goes sick when Mahrez and Grealish starts. He's like, it's too slow. I need the speed. Nelly Rituals, just Nelly with a 2, says you guys should look at Marcus Edwards. He's amazing in the Champions League. I've watched him play for Sporting.
I've heard a lot about this guy.
I've heard about this guy. I keep seeing people. I think he's in our chat. People in our chat keep mentioning him.
Yeah, he's an English Donny. He plays in Spain, not Spain, Portugal. Yeah, I've seen him actually. He looks fucking sick. Like his ball control, unbelievable. Like, surely he's going to be making a move to the Prem soon. Surely you're like a Spurs or someone like that. Surely you're going, you know what? I'm going to go in for these. I'm going to go in for them and see what we can do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. See.
But you are right, Nelly. Guy looks class. He looks mega.
I'm just getting his stats up now to see his situation. This season he's played 25 games. He scored 9 goals, 9 assists. Creative
player, is attacking mid, isn't it? Not striker, is it?
They've got him playing. They got him playing attacking mid, left wing, right wing, centre forward.
So them stats for not a striker are unbelievable, phenomenal. Now it is the Portuguese league, so you do have to take it with a bit of a pinch of salt. But I've seen him play, and he does look class.
I know what Spurs let him go.
Well,
no way.
You've seen teams. I mean, let's be honest, right? Didn't Messi have a trial at Arsenal or something like that? Yeah, Ronaldo had a trial at Arsenal. Yeah,
Wenger had everyone having trials at Arsenal.
I know. So I wouldn't read too much into those. This team let him go, because I just think it's a bit dumb. Penguinese with a 5 says there's a Danish winger that plays for Nordjylland. Actually butchered that still. Andreas. I do not have a clue. How do you pronounce that second word?
Shelderup.
Shelderup. How do you know it? Or did you actually just fully deep that word?
No, I think I might have deep the word, but at the same time, when I was saying it in my head, I was like, I'm sure I've heard this person before.
That's sick, bro. Shelderup, who seems like the real deal, the real deal. Benfica after him too. Got to move fast. Says Penguins. Have you seen? Oh. Sorry, bro. Did you say you've seen him play?
No, never seen this guy play.
Oh, you never seen him play?
For some reason, I don't know why. For some reason, the last name just seems to ring a bell, right? He's right-footed, bro. But he's a left winger, though. That's the only issue, though. He's a left winger, not a right winger.
Everyone's inverted, isn't it? Everyone is inverted, bro. Everyone grew up, because what happened is, our generation grew up watching Ian Robin and Frank Ribery.
Yeah, cut in, get a shot off.
And that's how everyone wanted to play. I know what, you know what I'm saying? We're all too old for, players before that.
Bro, this Shelderup, Donny, he's 17 games, 10 goals, and he's got an assist as well.
What league is that in?
Super League and don't know. Where's that? Danish.
City not going to do that, man. What has to happen there is he'll have to go somewhere else, like a Benfica, as Penguinese says, and then City buy him. We don't buy, like I say, we don't buy the off-brand. This player is an off-brand product. Do you know what I mean? He is the Audi driller off-brand. We don't do that, yeah. We want the branded players.
Yeah, we want.
But sometimes the off-brand becomes sick, and then effectively it becomes branded. And
it gets a brand. Then City go for it. We never catch it early. Never catch it early. We always want the brand.
That's it. I'm in. Yes with a 2 says I think Leao would be perfect for us. JP Vizgits.
Yes, Billy, mate. I still don't. I can't remember what to say after that. Let me know in the chat now, innit? What do you say? What do you say? Vigate, or Vigate, do or whatever it is. What do you say after that, man? I don't know, innit? I don't know how to respond to you.
Bro, I got some bad news.
Oh no.
Obviously, this is sort of a great time. I know we're doing Saka, but we might as well go through some of the quotes that Pep Guardiola's come out from the embargo because it is out now.
Yeah.
So we can do that. But by the way, people asking in the chat when the main preview will be tomorrow, 2 p.m.
2
That's when
p.m.
we'll do the main preview. But we'll go through the quotes now as they're coming out, so we might as well. Got some bad news, bro. Pep Guardiola about playing against Man United. He says, I have a few ideas, thoughts, ridiculous ones against Manchester United, but I didn't watch the games. I have to see the way they play at home, and if they change something, this is why I don't have a clear lineup against Manchester United. I have a few ideas, thoughts, ridiculous ones. If Pep Guardiola is calling the ideas ridiculous, you better believe that is something that no one's ever seen before.
He's playing Gomez. That stinks. That stinks. Hearing him say that stinks, man. You know what it is? It's because I reckon Pep's on the wind up there. You know, Pep's on the wind up there. It's because everyone's calling him in his mad tactics.
Yeah, he's definitely he's on his burner account again, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? He said a couple of other stuff as well. He said, I would say the game against Chelsea, I made a lot of changes for one reason, how tired I saw some of the players after the game. For the trip, we arrived too late and I saw the players tired in training and these ones that didn't play against Chelsea. Players play a lot of games in the last year. De Bruyne, for 4 or 5 days, didn't play. Will he lose something? I don't think so. We're in 4 competitions, but I'm not saying we're going to win them all. Every season we fight as far as possible in all. Otherwise, we wouldn't have won 4 Carabao Cups. We're still in the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, with difficult draws. From day one, I said we're going to try and win them all, knowing that it's impossible to win all 4. No one in the whole history has done it. I don't have experience of a Winter World Cup, and I can't handle the impact. I handle it by the body language of the players and how they perform on the pitch. Day by day, they play, and the next one, I'm concerned about how they play the last game, how the guys who didn't play train after, and how the body language is there. Obviously. And we've seen that, obviously Pep saying some of the body language in training ain't been there. We've seen it with Kevin De Bruyne looking tired in football matches over the last game or two. We've already said this, but for City to get through this period of the season unscathed, and not just unscathed, but try and claw some of the points back on Arsenal, Pep Guardiola, has to be on top form. The decision making has to be perfect. The rotation has to be perfect. Tactics have to be perfect, because ultimately you can't really afford for anything other than perfect, because with 5 points behind Arsenal, if you drop points and Arsenal go clear again, it just becomes really, really difficult, and the morale of the fan base again will drop. The fan base morale right now is in a good position. We've only, and this is after clawing back 2 points after Arsenal drew against Newcastle, City winning in the league and then beating them Chelsea in the FA Cup. The fan base morale is in a good place right now, and I'm pretty sure the players will be, but it can soon change. Yeah. So Pep Guardiola has to be on point.
You're perfect, right? And exactly what you're saying there. You need to strive to perfection, because we can't afford to slip up anymore. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yes, M Dope 5 says, yo, random, but can you tell us why the Premier League always make the Manchester derby so early? It's 7:30 to our 4 a.m. kickoff over here in the US, shaking my head. Isn't it something to do with stopping people going out in Manchester? Because
it'll be,
if it's a late kickoff, obviously they want to televise it for a start, so that they'll full send 12:30, or they'll full send 5:30. And if it's an 5:30 one, you can get roasted, basically, because everyone can go out on the piss straight away after the match, and I guess they want to swerve that. The Father Ruben stopping the drunk scraps and that. Yeah, I think that's why it is. I think it's just like
it's a
management thing. Yeah.
Obviously, they can't always. Sometimes it does have to be played in the evening, but where possible, they will try and get the game in early in the morning. But good question, bro. Obviously, that's a good question, because a lot of international fans probably didn't know that.
Yeah, don't know that situation. Don't play again with a 5 says. Also, he says, where is FFP when Chelsea buy every player in the world now? I haven't heard a peep about their spending all of a sudden. It's pretty mad, isn't it? Chelsea are full sending cash, But isn't FFP relaxed now anyway? So like,
FFP is basically
it's in the bin, isn't it? It's in the bin.
FFP is a shit thing anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean,
It was so broken. It was so.
City
broken.
basically defeated it. Do you know what I mean? City basically broke the whole thing. But FFP, we all know what FFP was. It was to keep the big boys at the table and limit and make a big barrier for any new teams to climb up the ladder. That's what it was. That's what it was there for. Because the only other way then, because you can't spend your way to challenging the big boys. The only other way of doing it is through the academy. Well, guess what happens? You get a sick player in the academy, they get sold because then you want to leave and go play for a sick team. So it was a dumb idea. But obviously, when UEFA is controlled by the clubs, and the clubs have so much power, then you've got no chance. And this is why I always say that I don't get why fans of teams that don't challenge for trophies like roast City for FFP, because I'm like, I always say this, but I'm like, do you understand? If FFP is here, you will never see your football club win a trophy. At least with no FFP, there's a chance that some rich Donny just buys your football club and turns you into an elite football club.
And that's a dream that a lot of fans want to have. Do you know what I mean? It's mint. Sure. It's mint. Look what we've been through. It's been 6. It's
you
mad.
Have hope, right? Otherwise, what's the fucking point? Just sat there going, yeah, right. I'm 18. I support Walsall, right? And you're sat there and going, I'm never going to see my team win a trophy. Or you could go, I'm going to follow my team, and then, I don't know, maybe one day we'll get bought out. My club, and I can then get to see my football team playing incredible football and challenging for major honours. Would you not rather that be the case?
That's it,
but you know what it is? Because the media is controlled by the big clubs. They've all been brainwashed, man. They've all been brainwashed into thinking Man City bad, spending money bad, FFP sick. You know what I mean? That's because that's what you get told. Yeah. That's what you get told when you listen to the radio. Yeah, that's what you get told when you listen to the news.
It was
that's what you get told all the journalists.
When FFP came in, it was like all Bolton fans and stuff like that saying to us like, "Oh, you're in the bin now, like all this. You're not gonna get any money. Sheikh Mansour's gonna leave the club. All this." And it turns out that they got fucked over worse than what we did from FFP. FFP is negative because they ended up breaking FFP rules because they weren't making enough money. It was worse for them than it was for us. I think, like, obviously as City fans though, we had to proper look into it because we had to know what was going on. So I think we knew a lot more about it than other fans did. Like the other fans, just like you say, just listen to the media, and the media drive the way that they want it to be. Like you say,
drive the agenda, innit?
Yeah.
It's ruining football.
It's ruining football. Yeah.
You look at the state of football now. Look at the football we've had in the Premier League over the last few years. Ruining football. We've had some of the best title races this country has ever seen. Potentially two of the best Premier League sides that there's ever been in Liverpool and Man City. And yeah, it's ruining football. Are you mad?
Yeah.
Come on.
It is bad. Lionel Messi is the greatest player of all time at 449. Says Harry Kane got rejected by the Arsenal Academy. Kane could become Spurs' joint all-time top goal scorer against Arsenal on Sunday.
Yeah, a question, yeah. And again, this is off topic, but we seem to be doing this recently. But I quite enjoyed it, just going off topic. It's quite nice to deviate from the script. The script that we have prepared for us by a man on Fiverr. Harry Kane. I'm pretty sure we might have discussed this before, but I want to discuss it again. What the hell do you do if you're Harry Kane this summer? Are you staying at Spurs? Are you forcing a move? Do you want to stay in the Prem? Do you want to go abroad? He's only got 1 year left on his deal, I think. Let me just double check that, but I'm pretty sure he's on this 1 year left on his deal.
Zoeb says he thinks he's off to United. I wouldn't rule out that move, actually. A move to United. He can still become an all-time.
1 year left. 1 year left on his contract at the end of the year. He'll be 30. Be 30 in July.
It is mad. It's such a mad situation.
But can I ask you a question? Right? Why are you going to Man United?
Well, if they get Champions League and Spurs don't have it.
So you're going purely for Champions League?
Champions League, maybe.
I just think that's a dead move. You know what I mean? It's just like...
It's a weird move. It's a weird move, yeah. It doesn't, because if you go to somewhere like Bayern, you know he's going there to win things. You know what I mean? He's going over there. He's going to go win some trophies over there for however long he stays, and he can basically be the next Lewandowski kind of situation. But I don't know, man.
Because in my head,
weird.
bro, I'm thinking this, right? It has to be trophies or
the records,
of the Premier League top goal scorer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So going to United, it's like, yeah, all right, Mint, you're still going to get the record, you're still going to get the Premier League record, but there's no guarantee of trophies. There's probably slightly more. Even though I don't know, United, still got a lot to prove. I do think that United, because of the money and stuff, they probably do have a little bit of a better chance of winning trophies than Tottenham.
Spurs. Yeah,
I feel like if I was Kane, would I jeopardize my relationship with the Spurs fans just by to go to United? Like, I'm pretty sure if you're a Spurs fan, right, and City come in for Kane or Liverpool came in for Kane and he went, like, so long as he doesn't strike and slag the club off, I'm pretty sure most Spurs fans would go, you know what, fair enough, because this guy's one of the best strikers that's ever lived, and we're fucking him over.
Yeah, because we aren't winning anything. Yeah.
But United.
It's. I think he's in a really, really, really difficult situation with his career. A really difficult situation.
So, and that's why I'd probably say, and obviously we don't know, I'm saying that now. You don't know if United are going to buy any players now or in the summer before they maybe get Kane. But for me, if I was Kane, I'd say this. These are my options. I'm either staying at Spurs and become a legend for Spurs, and I'll get the Premier League or like top goal scorer record, yeah? Or I'm going to go City or Liverpool, but you're not going to go City. You could go Liverpool. You're not going to go Liverpool because Darwin Núñez, or I'm going to go Bayern. And the thing is, right, I know about this, this record, not record thing, the legend thing. If you don't win anything, How much of a legend can you actually be if you don't actually fucking win anything? Like Richard Dunn, yeah? He was sick for City. What did he win? 5 Player of the Years for City? That's incredible. That is legendary. If you win 5 Player of the Years, I'm pretty sure it was 5. Someone in the chat, yeah, pre-2008, tell me, yeah. This is true, yeah. 5 Premier League, 5 Man City Player of the Years, yeah. That's legendary. That's iconic. No one's buying a Richard Dunn shirt, bro. He's not getting a statue.
No one. It is 5, by the way. Andrew just confirmed.
5, yeah, there you go. Because why? Because he didn't win anything, bro. You got to win stuff.
But then, I seen someone say they reckon he's fuming, Kane. But yeah, do you reckon he's fuming thinking that the Haaland thing could be him? Do you know what I mean? He's in the position. I think he'd be fuming that the move didn't go through. Because the thing is, there's no chance because he has. If he goes City, I think he'll get that record a lot faster because I think he'll get more goals at City if he's at City, which is mad because he still scores better. And also, he'd be sat there now with the Premier League. He'd have a Premier League medal already.
Mm-hmm. And the difference is, right, so someone's put, yeah, but Gerrard won the Premier League. The difference, Gerrard won the Champions League, iconic moments in the Champions League final, iconic moments in the FA Cup final. I think it was FA Cup against West Ham. Could have been Carabao, but I'm pretty sure it was FA Cup. He got iconic moments, iconic. So that's why he'll go down more of a legend. Now, of course, if you top goal scorer of the Premier League, that will automatically attach you some legendary status.
Yeah.
But I feel like it only carries it so far.
Yeah.
If Shearer won a Prem,
I think Osmodius there. He says it feels a little bit hollow, and I think I back that. It does feels like a hollow kind of thing because you don't have the trophies to back up the fact that
you gotta have to. That's what the game's about, man. That's what the sport is about.
It's about winning things. Like it is.
And it'll just get roasted, bro. You know what I mean? Like, yes, it'll be like, don't get me wrong, it would be amazing for him to get the top Premier League goal scorer record. Incredible achievement. But he will just get roasted. Like, oh yeah, sick achievement. What trophies did you win? I won the Audi Cup. You know what I mean? No one cares.
The Audi Cup,
like,
yeah.
You got to win a trophy. You have to. Yeah. He has to win something big. Like, maybe if they won a couple Carabao Cups or a couple FA Cups, maybe it wouldn't be too bad. But a player of his stature needs to be winning a major honour. I mean, that's the Prem or champs.
Walrus there says records could be broken, which is facts. Trophies are forever. When you win something, that stays with you. Do you know what I mean? The record only stays until the next person takes it. Although, if he does get that sheer record, which I'm pretty confident he will do, I think that'll stay for a long time. But
oh yeah,
it's still an achievement. I just feel like, you know what I mean, it does feel a bit empty.
It's a good thing, and some people might go, "Nah, you used to a chatting shit." You know, I mean, I'd love to be the top, and that's fine. But for me, football's about trophies. It's
Trophies and that, yeah.
And yes, being a top Premier League goal scorer of all time is unbelievable, but to not have a single medal,
Yeah, it does stink. It
stink it. So, you know, the easy shithouse option is to go to Bayern, innit? Let's be honest.
Yeah, Bayern, get yourself some trophies.
That's the easy one.
And you're going to compete in Champions League, but...
It's the easy one. Just go Bayern, slam it. Yeah, you'll compete in Champions League. You know, you're guaranteed, unless you get a little unlucky draw like they did this year, you're guaranteed quarterfinal, semi-final at a minimum every year. You know what I mean? You can do that for 3 years. How many goals is he off now? Does anyone know? How many goals is he off the Premier League title thing? Not the Premier League title, the Premier League record.
I have no idea, honestly.
Let me have a look. All-time goal scorer list.
Whilst you do that, Mdopo the 5, he says, big shout out to Captain Company. Burnley are mint to watch and are top of the table. Can't wait to see how they do in the Premier League next season. Yep, completely agree. Absolutely slamming it.
Right, bro. He needs 63 goals. So that's basically 3 seasons.
Yeah, three.
On his current
seasons.
form, on his current rate of scoring in the Premier League, it's 3 seasons. So that'll take him to 33. So could he just get off after that?
Yeah, he could just do that. Then go get any trophies you can get in it. Just try scoop something in it. You know what I mean, just go absolutely anywhere. Try scoop some trophies. He's having a very good season. He's having a good year this year, to be fair.
He's kicking on at the moment, isn't he? Messi with the super chat says Kane can still win the FA Cup this season with Spurs, and Qatar will buy Spurs in 2023, and he's 62 goals behind. Yeah, I mean, obviously we do know there's investment rumours in Spurs, so that will obviously help. And yeah, obviously they can win the FA Cup, but they don't win things.
That's it. So.
They've not won anything. They've never won anything. Not for time. Do you know what I mean? Like, last time I think I can remember them lifting a trophy was the Carabao Cup back in 2008 or something like that. I think Woodgate. Was it Woodgate or something like that? Lifted the trophy. I can't remember who fucking was. But someone lifted it. Like, they don't win anything. And this is the thing about Kane. Like, he's going to go down as one of the best strikers of all time. But he's not won anything, and that won't help his. You know, when people do these, like you with your mates, I don't know, you're at college, you're at a pub, you whatever. You know what I mean, you're just with your circle of friends, and you have these conversations.
The debates, innit?
The debates, right? And you go, name me the top 5, name me the top 3. Who's the best? I'm telling you now, he will be punished in them debates for not having a trophy.
Yeah, people say, well, he didn't win anything though. But 100% people will throw that in there. Ferg FIFA says Ferg FIFA with a 3. He says, as a striker, I prefer golden boots over trophies.
And some people will, bro.
Some people will. It's a personal thing, isn't it? Like, everyone has the different. But some people prefer records.
Surely it's a blend, right? Surely it's a blend. Surely it's a blend as a striker. You want a bit of a blend. Like Haaland scores 50 goals this season, mega. But if he wins no trophies, you think he's going to be partying? Probably have a little party. Probably still will party, to be fair. Yeah. He goes a session. But you know what I'm saying? Like, players want trophies. That's what they want. They want it in the cabinet, man. Yeah. Unless you're Oscar, in which case he just wants the bag.
He just wants the bag, yeah. That situation, I think, it's going to be... It's one to just keep your eye on over the next few years, whether he... Because Spurs will be trying to tie him down to a new contract. And if he signs it, then you know his ambition straight away.
That's probably another thing. Well, I was going to say that's another thing. United can give him big cash, but apparently Ten Hag's like, nah, that ain't happening anymore. He wants to limit all new signings to 200k a week.
Oh, is it?
So,
okay.
I don't know. Maybe PSG. Maybe could PSG get him?
Potentially.
PSG could get him. Obviously, if Mbappe, Neymar, or Messi, one of them is probably going to leave this summer. You know, I'd be very shocked if at least one of them doesn't leave this summer. Could they go and get Kane? I think he's in a really tricky situation.
It's so weird. I think he ends up just staying, mate.
Because then, right, let me flip everything that I've just said, right? Let me just flip it on its head, right? He leaves now and he goes to the Bundesliga, yeah? And he wins 3 Bundesligas in a row. And he doesn't win a Champions League, right? Crucial point, doesn't win the Champions League. Right?
Then
does everyone give a fuck about the Bundesliga? Like, let's be honest, like, we all know who's winning the Bundesliga. Like, that ain't no special achievement.
It feels like if he goes to win the Bundesliga, and that, yes, he has won a trophy, but that also then just feels like a cop out. Like,
and it's the Bundesliga. It's the same with France. Like, I guess the only way it would justify doing the move for me maybe is if they win the champs. But like, yes, all right, buzzing, you won 3 Bundesligas, but I would win the Bundesliga if I was in Bayern. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't hard. So then I'm looking at it and go, maybe getting no trophies over the Bundesliga, but
getting that record, becoming like a legend over it, kind of thing, like Spurs legend, like at the club. Maybe
it's such a super tricky thing. Like I don't really envy the guy right now. Like he's in such a hard situation, and of course he's got to think of his family. He's got kids. He's got a wife. Like, so man, honestly, like this guy, he's getting cash and he's sick, but he's got a difficult decision to make this summer.
I just think whichever way you look at it, he's losing out in one place. So I just think it's gonna be a mad one with Harry Kane, absolute mad one.
Maybe United then is sort of where he thinks meet in the middle, because he's still going to get the Premier League record. You've got more chance at a trophy. You're probably not going to be able to win the Champions League in the short time you're there, but you'll have a good chance of winning. Like you might, in a couple of years, you might be able to challenge for the Prem, and you might get a Carabao on that. And if you don't, you're still going to get Premier League record anyway. I know the guy's in a mad situation.
Yeah. That was a tangent, wasn't it?
Tangents are sick, Tangents are doing a madness. Could go Atletico. He actually would suit that shitty style.
Yeah, he would.
He actually would. But yeah, there you go, guys. A little bit of a random one for you. The preview, as we said before, the preview for the Saints game, Southampton,
2 p.m.
We'll be out tomorrow, 2 p.m. live. Make sure you join us. We'll go through the team lineups and all that kind of stuff. Score predictions. I know you love them. And then obviously the game kicks off, I think 8. Is it kick off at 8 tomorrow, bro?
I think so, yeah.
8. So we'll be live probably about 7 o'clock UK time. Get yourselves in there, guys. It's going to be another big game. Can City make it through to the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup? Huge game. I mean, Southampton, dead form in the league. They just won against Palace in the FA Cup, so they'll be buzzing for this game. They're going to be up for it. No pressure on them. Everyone's expecting City to get a win. And what is Pep going to do? Pep Guardiola saying that he's already thinking of madness. Tactics. So we'll see. Hopefully, guys, enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you drop a like on it. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. And we'll see you in the next one. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.